Good afternoon, everyone. I'm the co-owner of We Are Bikers, Your Bikers Unite. Welcome to our first podcast. We're very excited about this. It's gonna take a while for us to start, getting where we need to go. But I'm really excited to share who we are and what we do. This first podcast is really about what we do and how we developed. So that way you guys kind of get a grasp of what we are, because it's quite a huge undertaking what we developed. So everyone who knows me knows I'm Katie. I'm Kathryn Ann. It's all on the cards, but you can call me Katie. I came from a domestic violence situation, raised my son on my own, single mom. I have a basset hound, and I'm losing weight to ride. And at the point, I realized that I wanted to do something to motivate me. So I decided to ride a motorcycle. My dad rode one. On my dad's side, all his brothers ride one. So I was like, I'm gonna do this for myself, me. And at that point, my best friend was like, you need to observe the community. And me observing isn't just watching, like, I literally talked to everybody to figure out what the community is about. And as I started this, it was more through social media. I realized there was not only a disconnect within the community, but also outside the community, a really big one and a really hurtful one when it came to biker stigmas. That's really what kind of triggered everything was the words biker stigmas. And I realized not even just that, but a lot of you guys wanted a safe space to have on social media, um, just a place to meet each other all around the world. And a lot of the European bikers started coming to me first. It was pretty fascinating, but I realized that there was a whole bunch of bikers here in Virginia, in the United States, North Carolina, and I went to a group and I said, I saw there was conflict with when it came to like different types of content being posted and that some of it wasn't good. And I was like, I'm gonna create my own group. And from that point, I had Amelia come on. I knew I needed another female, and then I had two bros come on, and they stepped up. And it's been a blessing, and a knife maker. What an odd group of people. And we didn't know each other from Adam. But we tested each other out, made sure that we were real humans. I came from a situation where I've always met people online. It's something that, our generation is known for, but in a safe way. And I've also had situations over the past years through my life to realize that strangers can be bad per the TV shows and stuff, but actually, a lot of times, they're the ones that help you out. They're the ones that step up and become your greatest friends to guide you. And that's a whole nother podcast that I would love to go over with. But it's pretty powerful to know the, like, when it comes to reaching out and talking to individuals and being there, and just also showing who you are inside and showing what they are inside as well. And so when Amelia and I sat down, I was like, we gotta need a really cool name, because I don't even know how we're gonna go. And we were concerned about We Are Bikers because it's so general. So I was like, we're gonna be We Are Bikers, we're Bikers Unite, and Amelia created that, which is beautiful. And it's quite a lot of tongue, but it's worth it because that's what it is. We are bikers, or Bikers Unite. So we just started as a Facebook group, and as I was getting people to come and just post stuff, bikers would talk to me and they would open up to me. It was a blessing. And everything they open up with is between me and the biker. But I can explain to you through this podcast that what they explained to me was kind of similar. So you have biker stigmas, you have issues when it comes to biker profiling, not just within the club setting, but also outside the setting, and independent riders, anyone wearing like a cut, patches, just the judgments of it all. And the media wasn't helping. And I remember sitting down, and it was right when we were first starting, and I was about to head up to Wisconsin to visit family. And I'm sitting there, and I'm watching this news thing, and she had access to one of the biggest clubs, and she ruined it. Like, she stomped on them and spit them out. And I was so mad. And I actually ended up messaging my mentor who was teaching me the biker ways and how upset I was about it. And, I said, we need to do something different. I can't just be a Facebook group. We can't just be a Facebook group. We have to physically go in the real world because a lot of these bikers are not on social media. A lot of bikers refuse to go on social media and they're literally either gypsies, they're traveling, they are riding. Like I need to get out there and talk to them one on one. And that's where it started. So at that point, I knew that we had to figure out how to construct. We had to have an organization. And I was observing these organizations that were supposed to unite. And the big common denominator from all of them was that they weren't uniting, they were separating, dividing, and they were choosing big pockets over the bikers. So I knew that I needed to do something different. If we're going to unite all bikers and we're going to assist all bikers, then there has to be a way for us to help them. So with that being stated, I took the structure that I knew. I took my structure that I knew in the classical music societies, which is an organization that is multi-level and they support each other. It's a community organization. There's multiple different departments. You get financial structures. You have awesome insurances. They have like assistance with education. Like there's a really cool structure that I absolutely love in the classical music, and I've been part of it for over 15 years, being a French horn player. So I knew that I'm going to take the structure and I'm going to bedazzle it with my personality and how I see the world, which is I'm very unbiased. I'm in neutral territory. Like I always have been able to coexist with so many different people, even when things got tough. And I can also relate and empathize. So I took that heart and I put that into the society. On top of that, I knew that we had to break breads. We had to be one of the first organizations that literally would sit down with each club. I don't know how we were going to do it. Still don't know. Still troubleshooting, figuring out what's the best way. Because we're not going to always unite everybody. And that's a whole different topic. It's a whole other story. But we're going to keep our door open for everybody. Even if they want to be a part of it. Even if we burn bridges, that door will never close. We have boundaries of some sort. But I'm wanting an organization where people can come in at a table and sit. That was the first idea when I had with We Are Bikers Bikers Night. I was like, maybe I should just go to Sturgis and just sit at a table and talk to bikers. Have like, I don't know, a pitcher of water or something like that, some cups, and have a biker sit down and chat with me. But I realized I had to build that trust. And so I knew that if we were going to build this trust, I had to be in the community. And I had to start small. Because being a social media, you realize that it's a whole lot bigger when it comes to talking to bikers. So our main basis was all around the world, but at the same time, it wasn't what I needed. And so I started in Virginia. I have lived in Virginia. My dad was military when we moved out here. I've been there for majority of my life. We go back to home to Wisconsin every summer. That's where all my family lives, all my extended family. And so I started in Virginia. Immediately started in Georgia. And right now we're breaking bread. We're introducing ourselves. I pop up in things when it comes to like meetups and stuff. I introduce myself and I listen to bikers. Then we create projects. We just created the departments, which is like we have like the education department, we have the merchandise department, we have the nonprofit department. So like where we kind of step in to help nonprofits and volunteer our own time. We want to be able to be a well-oiled machine to be able to advocate for the bikers, because in the long goal, we want to be that organization that overheads everything, but in a peaceful way. To be able to help and step up and say, okay, you need to fight these laws, we're going to stand with you. And we're going to get the sources that we can pull with your sources to try to battle an issue that we need to battle. And not for big pockets. That's the biggest thing that I can express. It's taken a lot of work. It has taken observing what these organizations that are supposed to unite you guys in the first place, all the bikers. It has taken understanding. I knew when I got a phone call from an organization that threatened me, I knew I was doing something right. How dare I do something that I'm like this? It's time. It is. It's time for you guys to have an organization that you guys can depend on, that you can call me. If there's an issue happening, you give me a call, or Amelia, or one of our bikers that we're probably going to call them biker advisors around the United States. they're here to assist, and we team up with organizations. Our goal is to team up with the Badgers, to team up with Bunka Biker, to be able to support them in some format, either by advertising for them, either by to assist them in some way. If there's an issue happening, we're here to help. We're here to help as best we can. We want to not reinvent the wheel. We want to be able to help support the wheel. We want to support all you bikers in some format. And then on top of that, I want to be able to help with different things. I want to be able to help when it comes to educating the public, when it comes to inspiring the public and the biker community. I want to help with biker profiling. I want to stand up with all you bikers and sit there and say, you're human, you deserve respect, just like everybody else. Doesn't matter what you ride or who you are, you deserve that respect. And I pray that shows in our organization. And I pray that as you guys get to know me and Amelia and the bikers that we take on, that come on board to help us nationally, internationally, that you guys see something and know that we're here to help you. I am very honored to be able to do this. This it's a pretty inspiring of how, because there's times where I kind of want to cry of how, because I get frustrated, you get through a brick wall and sometimes your creativity can only do so much and you kind of feel stuck. And there's always times where I hear a story and I know that I'm doing the right thing. I know that with this heart of honesty and the heart of loyalty and heart of respect, no matter what, you guys and the bikers deserve a good organization. And when I pass the baton, when I'm done and retired, then I'm going to pass the baton and it's going to keep going. I want a well-oiled organization that unites all bikers that's going to never end. And that's going to be respected, that respects the biker codes, that respects the biker way of life, that respects when it comes to two wheels and three wheels. We have a lot to overcome. We have a lot of big pockets to try to fight against, but also try to see if they can help us. We don't want to be in big pockets. We don't want to sit there and pick one or the other. I'm a very neutral organization, and I mean that full-heartedly. It's not easy, and no one said it was going to be. But for us to be able to do what we're doing, to travel, like I sold all my stuff to be able to travel for the bikers. Amelia just got an RV, and so she's going to try to travel for the bikers. We're going to do our best we can to try to get out there and be involved in the biker community all the time. And also understand, not to disrupt the biker community, but be there to understand what's already been there to try to make it better. To be able to honor what's been already happened. Because like even in Hampton Roads, Virginia, there has been bikers for generations, and there's ways of doing things that shouldn't be disrupted. We need to honor that as an organization that tries to unite all bikers, and I pray that's what you guys are going to see. And if there's not, then you tell me, and I'm gonna do the right thing. Because to me personally, when it comes to running an organization that unites all bikers, we have to be flexible, we have to be creative, and we have to sit there and look outside the box. If we keep putting restrictions on ourselves, then uniting all bikers is never going to happen. But if you understand that we all have different ways of being and we're all human, we're going to be able to unite all you guys somehow. And it make a really good organization to support everybody. Every single biker organization, every single biker nonprofit, every single, biker, no matter what. Doesn't matter what organization you're part of, club you're part of, just so you have a safe space. We'll never be a club. We're never going to step on club protocol. That's a whole nother topic that we will discuss of how we've been trying to figure out how to handle things, because that's a whole lot of history there and something that I'm never going to be able to step on, and I don't want to. And so I want to make sure you guys understand that we're never going to be a club at all. We're never going to have anything like that. We are in a creative organization to help protect our bikers, to help bring good feedback to the biker community and to society, to help break those biker profiling, to be able to stand with everybody, not ahead, not behind, but stand next to you guys, to know that you guys have an organization that backs you up. Doesn't matter what you ride, doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter what colors you wear. We have an organization that you guys can appreciate, to understand that we respect who you are. So I pray that helps. I'm really blessed to go forward with this, and welcome to our new podcast. I'll have guests on. We'll start having longer podcasts and do have some awesome hot topics and some really unique ways of growing to protect you guys, to make sure we do the right thing for the biker community and support. All right, take care.